5 days into my water fast in Canada, I was lying in bed with blinding headaches, absolutely no energy, and pretty much questioning all my life choices. I had made every single mistake possible, mistakes that I now see new fasters make all the time. But here's the thing, none of these mistakes are actually necessary. So let me save you from that suffering by showing you the 7 most dangerous water fasting mistakes and exactly how to avoid them. Hey there, welcome to Water Fasting with Nat. I'm Nat, here to show you how skipping meals the right way can help you live longer, look younger, and feel unstoppable. On this channel, you'll find real stories, practical tips, and plenty of inspiration to help you start or level up your fasting journey, whether you're a complete beginner or a seasoned faster. I'm also the creator of Freedom Fasters, a step-by-step program that makes fasting safe, effective, and even enjoyable. With expert guidance and direct access to me through our Q&A forum, plus a supportive community of fasters, you'll have everything you need to succeed. So whether you're just curious or ready to take charge of your health, let's begin your transformation right now. The first and probably biggest mistake is jumping straight into a fast without proper preparation. This is the very mistake I made in Canada that gave me the blinding headache and no energy that I just mentioned. Now the problem was one day I was just eating quite normally, all the carbs, and then the next 5 days, nothing but water. And let me tell you, it was one of the worst experiences of my life. In fact, it's amazing that I ever water fasted ever again. But here's the fascinating thing about fasting. Your body is clever and adaptable, but it also needs time to slow down the digestion and even start the detox process before you even get to the fast. And trust me, this will make your fast itself much easier with far less symptoms. Now, you've got basically 2 options for your prep, and both work really brilliantly. So in pre-prep, this is the week or 2 before your fast. This is where you're going to start to eat better. Clean up your diet from any junk food or processed foods you might be having and start to introduce intermittent fasting if you don't do it already. And this is really going to help your body prep for longer periods of not eating. Then in the pre-fast, so the day or 2 or 3 days before you start your fast, you have 2 options here. You can either carb eat, and if you're a carb eater, juices are really terrific here in this prep day or so, as they contain far less fiber, but will also start to ease your digestion. So they're also full of vitamins and minerals, which is terrific to load up on before your fast. Now, if you're already on a keto diet or you're willing to switch to one before you fast, you're going to have a much easier time on your fast. So if you eat keto now, keep doing that because ketosis is the state that we're all aiming for on a fast. So you're way ahead of the game already. Now, here's why. You're already fat adapted. So your body is used to burning fat for fuel. So when you start fasting, there's no difficult transition period from the glycogen or the simple sugars that most carb eaters produce as their fuel source, to burning fat for fuel and creating ketones for their energy, which is the byproduct of having a keto diet. Now, either one you choose, it doesn't matter. The key point is you can't skip this preparation phase. It's like trying to stop a speeding train. You need to slow it down gradually, not slam on the brakes. Prepping gradually prepares your body and makes the transition to water so much easier. If you're eating carbs now, you can switch to a keto diet in the pre-fast to speed up the fat burning on your fast and reduce many of the symptoms you're going to get on the first day or 2. So if you're going to do this, then I would aim for a 4 to 7 day period before your fast to ensure that you are well and truly fat adapted before you start your fast. Now, the duration of your pre-fast really does depend on the length of your fasting. So if you're fasting for 3 days, like we talk about on this channel a lot, I would definitely at least do 24 hours. 2 days is probably even better, particularly if you have not detoxed for a long time. The general rule is the longer you pre-fast, the better. I've done both 3-week fasts and 3-day fasts, plenty of those. Now, you want to know something fascinating? The 3-day fasts were actually harder. Why? Because often I did not have a strong enough reason to be doing a 3-day fast. So for my 3-week fast, I was healing specific health issues. I had issues with my leg that had been broken many years before, and I wanted to get that stuff healed. So when people came over for dinner, I didn't care. My why was stronger than any temptation of that. But for those 3-day fasts, often I'm just trying to lose a bit of weight or just feel like I should fast because I haven't done it for a little while, or it's been a holiday period and I've been eating lots of food again, so I want to reset my mind and my body. These can be not strong enough reasons to get you through the challenging moments, so you just have to be aware of that. Your why needs to be deeply personal and meaningful. Maybe it's reversing a particular health condition. It might be breaking hereditary patterns that you're worried about, that you're getting from your parents, giving yourself a complete body reset, healing chronic inflammation and reducing those aches and pains, or perhaps even starting a new chapter in your health journey. Whatever it is, write it down and put it somewhere visible. Because when your mind starts playing games with you on day 1 or day 2, and it's going to, trust me, you need to have a strong enough why to carry you through those moments. And here's my other tip. Make sure your why is specific to this fast you're about to do, because your why will be different for each fast. Make no bones about it, this mistake can actually be dangerous. When you fast, your insulin levels drop, your ketones rise, and your kidneys and your liver are working overtime detoxing your body. Now, all of these things cause your kidneys to release more sodium, salt, and water. You're literally flushing out the essential minerals and water that your body actually needs to function. Now, believe it or not, it is possible to become dehydrated on a fast as a result. So you must have more water than you usually do. About 3 to 5 liters a day is a good amount to aim for, which at first is going to seem like you have a swimming pool inside you. But trust me, you will actually get used to having far more water in your system. Now, this amount of water will ensure that you can flush the toxins faster and easier, which will reduce your symptoms on the first day or so, especially if you've never detoxed your body before or you haven't detoxed for a little while. With the electrolytes, you need to be supplementing them on your fast because they are essential minerals your body must have to function each day. There's 3 essential minerals each day. Sodium or salt, which is about a teaspoon or so you need. Magnesium, females need about 310 to 360 milligrams a day. Males, about 400 to 420 milligrams a day of magnesium. And potassium, we all need about 2,300 to 3,400 milligrams a day. Now, missing these can lead to a whole host of different things, from headaches and dizziness and confusions to muscle cramps and spasms, maybe a little bit of muscle weakness and tremors. You can feel fatigued, and all the way up to heart palpitations. Now, here's something that most people don't realize, is you can't just grab an electrolyte drink from the local 7-Eleven and hope that it suffices. Most of these were designed for people going to the gym and sweating for a little bit, not fasters who need proper electrolytes. And of course, they often contain massive amounts of sugar or artificial sweeteners, the 2 things that we really don't need on a fast. So instead, you can add pink Himalayan salt to your water, or sea salt is actually even better because it's got more minerals in it. You can take a magnesium supplement, usually just 1 tablet is good enough for most supplements. And for potassium, you can use potassium chloride powder, but do be very careful with that. Make sure you read the instructions because I felt really sick after taking it one time because I had too much of it. Now let's talk about exercise during fasting. This is where a lot of people get it wrong. On a fast, your body is running on fat for fuel. Now, fat burns much slower than glucose because that's a sugar, which means high intensity exercise just is not going to work. Trust me, I've tried this out. So here's what's going to happen if you try and maintain your normal workout routine. Your performance is going to drop dramatically. You could experience dizziness and weakness. You risk muscle damage. And that ends up meaning, this is the big one, that you're diverting energy away from your healing, which is the whole point of fasting in the first place, is to heal the body. Heal the things that don't normally get healed in your body. But if you've got damaged muscles, all the energy is going to go to fixing those first. But this doesn't mean you should become a couch potato either. So movement is really crucial on your fast for helping detox the body, maintaining flexibility, supporting that lymphatic drainage, and also keep your mood elevated. So the key is choosing the right type of movement. Things like walking, swimming, gentle yoga, tai chi. Definitely no weightlifting, no high intensity cardio, no CrossFit, and no running. Listen to your body. If it feels weak or dizzy, that's your signal to slow down and you must rest. Now, this mistake can actually undo all the benefits of your fast, including the weight loss you have experienced. Think about it. Your digestive system has been completely at rest. You can't just jump back into normal eating. You must eat again slowly and purposefully. I've seen people break 5-day fast with a pork chop and potatoes and then wonder why they're in agony. Your body isn't ready for that. Here's the golden rule. Take half the time you fasted to return to fully eating normally. So if you fasted for 3 days, 1.5 days of refeeding is essential. 5 days of fasting, 2.5 days of refeeding is essential. Rush this process and you risk severe stomach pain, rapid weight gain, digestive issues, and nausea and bloating. And I am not kidding when I say that. All right, so let's take a moment to talk about the food that you do need to eat after your fast. If you don't refeed properly with the right foods, the fresh stem cells that you produced on your fast can turn into fat cells instead of rebuilding the vital muscles and organ tissues. Maybe think of your fast like a remodeling project. You've cleared out all the old and now it's time to rebuild. And the building blocks your body needs is protein. So to make sure that your stem cells actually strengthen your body instead of storing fat, break your fast with high quality protein. Safety isn't just about what you're doing on the fast, it's also knowing who should not fast at all. So here's a list of people that should not be fasting. If you have type 1 diabetes and are insulin dependent, you cannot fast because fasting dramatically lowers insulin levels, which is terrific for most of us, but not for you. Pregnant women and women who are breastfeeding should not fast. Newborns and young children obviously should not be fasting. And individuals on different medications for diabetes, anti-seizure meds, or steroids. Now, any medication that impacts the blood sugars, you have to be very careful of if considering fasting, because again, the impact fasting has on lowering insulin levels. So here's some essential safety protocols. Always get medical clearance if you have any conditions. Monitor your blood pressure if you're on medication. Check your blood sugars if you're a type 2 diabetic and are fasting. Have a plan for breaking your fast early if you need to, and know the warning signs, including extreme dizziness, severe weakness, heart palpitations, and severe nausea. They are indications that you need to stop fasting. And number 7, not having enough support people around you. So trying to fast alone is a little like trying to climb a mountain without gear. It's possible, but why would you make it any harder? So here's what often happens without support, and I hear this quite regularly. Well-meaning family members try to help by offering you food. I have had this. Friends make you feel a little bit weird about not eating, and then there's the peer pressure. No one really understands what you're going through, to be honest, and you have no one to turn to when the going gets tough. So here's how to build your support network. You've got a few options here. You can join a fasting community. That's what we have in Freedom Fasters. Number 2, have at least one fasting buddy. You can also get those in Freedom Fasters. Number 3, do inform your family and explain your why. That's going to help them understand a little bit more and be more supportive. And number 4, and really importantly, have a plan for social situations. Because for me, fasting is not about trying to fit your lifestyle around your fast. It's actually about fitting your fasting into your lifestyle. So do go out and socialize with your friends and family while you're fasting. But you do need to have a plan for that. Remember, fasting is not just about not eating. It's about creating the perfect environment for your body to heal. Avoid making these mistakes and you'll be amazed at what your body can do. Now, if you want full support on your fasting journey or you're ready to take your fasting to the next level, come and consider joining us in Freedom Fasters, where you'll get direct access to me and an amazing community of support, as well as a full course on how to fast for maximum results. The link is in the description below to join us. Or if you prefer to go it alone, check out my 3-day fasting blueprint in the description as well. It's going to walk you through the basics you need to know to start fasting safely. And if you have fasted before and made some of these mistakes, or you've made other mistakes, then drop a comment below and we'd love to hear from you. And I'll see you in the next video.